Well, good morning, everybody. How are you? Happy Friday, TGIF. And I wish there was an acronym that expresses utter shock. That's right, utter shock. I wish there was because I would be saying TGIF right behind those other letters when I woke up this morning and looked out and it snowed again. And it looks like, I mean, here's the good part though. I'm never discouraged when I notice that it's not there's no snow on the street or my sidewalk or my driveway. As long as I don't have to shuffle, I'm not trying to slip and fall on my brand new knee. Because of the quarantine thing, I have not, it was still like I was at 80%, they said, when we went to quarantine status with, the rehab of my new knee. For those of you who don't know, yeah, I had a knee replacement surgery in January, last week of January. And so, you know, um, now it's like really doing well, and I want to get out there and test her out, her being my knee. And I can only run up and down the stairs here at home, but I'm grateful for that. Thank you, Jesus, because Lord knows, a year ago I was basically sitting on my butt sliding upstairs. So, you know, it's what it is we all have to look at what we're dealing with, find the best window, and just look through that one. This too shall pass. But man, I was ready to get out there and, well, I need to learn the electric slide first because they call me Uncle Carlton in my family. The kids do. And I don't know why, because I know I'm jamming. I got the dance lips and everything. You know when a person out there, "Mm, yeah." So as long as you got the lips and but anyway, that's we'll get into that later. I'm excited about today, not only that it's Friday, but because we're streaming live. That's right. Yes, we are all over the world via Facebook, YouTube, Roku, Android, Apple TV, Periscope, and of course from our home base with E360 TV Live out in sunny Arizona. So I want to also tip my hat and say hello and thank you so much to this week's sponsor, which is Symposium.us, where your conversation can be converted into currency. I've done it over 20 times myself with many masterminds, and I've had all kinds of master classes over there. I have even broadcast some of my events, the Power Symposium and the Next Impactor, from live stream status over at Symposium.us. So check out Troy, my boy Troy Ropes and his team. All you have to do is get over and download the app in Google Play Store or the App Store and start making money with what you're good at today. Right now, people are sitting at home. They want people to entertain their kids. I know people that are doing story time and getting paid, people that are tutoring on the side and getting paid. An additional stream of income wouldn't hurt anybody right about now. Can I get an amen? Now, that's what you just heard is the bell of purpose. It's new to season 4. What it means is when I ring this bell, it means that we're talking about something. Either my guest or one of you have either put something on the screen or it came out of her mouth today that we're saying, "Ooh, wee!" Now that's something I can get behind. I can sink my teeth in that one. Um, Thank you, Jesus. Okay, if that's where you're walking from, I know I am. If this is whenever it's something that you say, you know what, ain't that the truth? You're going to hear this bell ring. That's your chance to put love on the screen in the form of hearts, thumbs up, whatever you're feeling, and also to become a part of something greater than yourselves, which is something we all innately wish to be. So, how do you do that? It's easy. A little finger thing. All you have to do is start a watch party, share the broadcast out, or simply invite a friend or two. You will never know until that day comes when what is greater than you stands you on a mountainside or biggest peak available so that you can look out over all of the orchards that you're responsible for having planted. And you do that by planting one seed at a time. That's right. Just like when you blow those dandelion things, and they go all over the place, you don't know where those seeds land. But next spring when you when you go out in your yard, you got a billion dandelions. Yeah, it's that kind of mindset. So be a part of something bigger, okay? Share this out and share the love. So anyway, also before I get sued, welcome to the show. My sidekick, my best gal, Miss Lucy McGillicuddy Ricardo. hmm We're sipping on the last of 2 coffees. I had a little bit of a bag of something called candy cane from Christmas time, and the other one, I just realized these may not go together. And the other one was gingerbread something, and I just had a little each. I put them both in there, but this is actually rewarmed from yesterday's good pot. in here is the combo. So watch my face closely when you start seeing me drink that concoction. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it up to my girl Crystal, who's coming in here. Crystal Crockett, everyone. She is the CEO and one of the co-founders of a great place and a movement, I would call it, Sisters. That's with an H, Sistah apostrophe S. Sisters, House of New Beginnings. Now, she grew up in Chicago and she realized that education was important, so she focused hard and worked hard and eventually earned a bachelor's degree in healthcare technology, followed up with a business management, and then followed up later with a master's degree in English. Not English. Why did I make that up? Because that's what I wanted to go to school for and everything else. I don't know how I always make everything end up being about me. Lord help me. Wait a minute. Let me cool myself off. I got my church. Okay. Hers is in education. So I'm sure she's well versed in English. Despite her own accomplishments, you know what bothered her? And this is what I love about this woman. She just didn't say, okay, got mine, bye. She was bothered seeing young women like her who were struggling to complete their education. She saw that many of these young women, even though they had made choices, understandably so, often led to expulsion and repeat incarceration. And she realized that the same innovative, and she uses holistic several times in her bio, and we're going to talk about that today. Holistic approaches that produce success in healthcare and business. She figured it could be cross-pollinated, and she could use that same information to create programs and environments to support these young women. So that's Crystal, and I'm gonna get her in here now before I have a record six. There it is. What are they called? Senior moments. Now you know that's bad when you're trying to express senior moments and you forget. Lord, help me to hold out. You know what? I bet you know what God has on his CD player in his CD player right now? Bonnie Raitt. Let's give him something to talk about. Anyway, let me get Crystal in here, Lord, please. Hi, Crystal.
Good morning. How are you?
Well, if you were watching, you already know. I'm on a senior moment roll
That's
today.
okay. That's okay. I have them too sometimes. It's
Do
all
you?
right. Yes, I do.
Look, I was telling people yesterday, I had the senior moment of all senior moments running around the house talking to Aaron Himes, the president of E360 TV. And he was like, "You sound distracted." And I was like, okay, I am. He goes, "What's wrong?" I said, "I'm looking for my phone." And he's like,
You're on your phone.
I mean, I thought I was going to get in the car to go back to the last place I had been. He goes, "Well, how many do you have?" And I was like, "One. Why do you think I'm so panicky?" He goes, "Well, what are you talking on?" Oh my goodness. Next will be like, "Anybody see my teeth?" So
Or
anyway,
the
good.
glasses.
Oh, I've been did that one 3, 4 years ago. Crystal, good morning to you, and
Good morning, everyone.
welcome to Bathrobe Moments. And ooh, thank you, girl, for got on your nice head wrap. I'm gonna hook you up with Sean Clark,
Okay, do
constant
that.
coverings. You look great, and you have your matching coordinated T-shirt or shirt and your bathrobe.
And my bathrobe.
You're ready to go.
I
So
am.
tell us. I'm gonna tell you. Let me get you started here. What I love about your story is that it's not obvious. A lot of people would think black woman, Chicago, and what side of the city do you live on?
South side.
Outside. So okay, there's another check. Check that in the box. Oh, must have been in the projects. Ooh, I bet just maybe her cousin raised her grandmom, but that wasn't the case with you now, was it?
No, it wasn't. I was
Tell
raised
us
by
about
my
that.
parents, my mother and my father. I grew up in Roseland, and I had a two-parent home. And my mother was the type of woman that just believed in giving us a broad exposure. So as children, we always got to go outside of the community. And as a kid, I'm the youngest. So as a child, I would always say, well, why does such and such have to go with us? Why are you taking this person? Why can't it just be us? And my mother said,
Mm,
because some of them will never leave the boundaries of our community. And I just think it's important that you see outside of your immediate circle. So we
mm,
would go downtown, we would go to theaters, we would go to dinner, we would take short trips in the different states in our states around us in the Midwest states. And she just always gave us a broad exposure, not to mention the love and compassion and support that she showed for me. And, my mother was a pillar of our community. She uh, was the president of the block club before for years, and she always put on the block. She made sure we had block club parties, and when we were children, to keep us off the streets, her and another neighbor put together skating parties, and she was just always doing things to work with the community of the children. So it's kind of in my DNA.
Yeah.
And not to mention, when she was a child, my grandmother and a lady by the name of Joyce Clark, they created a program called the Lee Sharia Mees. And don't ask me to spell it, but that's what it was called. And
Right.
it also produced young, positive young women. It was about maybe 13 to 15 young women. And these women came together in their teenage years, and they were taught how to be ladies and how to conduct
Okay.
themselves in public. And they created a bond that lasts their entire life. You know, they all have passed, including my mom since then, but Dr. Joyce Clark is still here, and she's 93 years old. So it's just been
Oh.
around me, and I didn't really get that understanding until Sister's House really started to come alive, that
Mm.
it was just part of who I am.
Obviously.
Yeah.
You gave me chills 2 or 3 times in that run. Wow. And while we're on the subject of family, I wanted to give a shout out to your father, whose birthday was yesterday,
Yes.
Robert James Smith. So hats off to you. How young or old was he yesterday?
He turned 84 years old.
84. Well,
Yeah.
that's bell ringer. Let's get some love on the screen for Mr. Robert James Smith, the father of our guest here today, who, by the way, is Crystal Crockett, one of the founders, one of the ladies who founded the nonprofit organization Sisters House of New Beginnings, located in Chicago on the South Side, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's jump right to the front porch. Let's step on the front porch. We're outside on the street looking up at the sister's house. What do we see here? And who's inside there? I see walking around.
Well, who you will see are young women that want better for their lives. Young women that have come out of negative environments, young women that have possibly have been incarcerated or very close to being incarcerated, that is ready to get their lives transformed, but needs the assistance.
Hmm.
So it's not a kickback spot. It's not a place where you can just lay around and watch TV. It's for productivity. So the end game is to be self-sufficient and independent. So that's who you will see in Sister's House.
In sister's house.
And
Okay, so don't
mostly
get it twisted.
volunteers.
Yeah, you ain't coming to y'all ain't gonna be sitting all up in the kitchen
Oh no.
braiding hair and
Oh no.
playing spades all day long.
No, no, no,
No, eating
no.
bowls of cereal. No, you're gonna get some work done.
Exactly.
So who are these women? Where did they come from? Do they walk in on their own? Are they getting drug in by PO officers and social workers threatened to come? Or is it a combination of both?
It's a combination, but none of them will be dragged in. They have to be
Okay.
willing to come in because they
Mm,
are committing to a program. They're committing, it's a contract in a sense, because
okay.
they're saying, hey, we want help and we're willing to do what it takes according to the guidelines of Sisters House to meet our needs. So we're not going to drag them. We understand we're not going to save everybody. You got to want to be saved. You have to want the
Mm,
change. You have to want.
amen. So let me ask you this, everybody, and I have put the website link up on there, and I just want to let you guys know they're doing some cleaning and keeping some construction on the website. But I want you to have it so you can bookmark it and don't lose it. If you go there, you'll see a picture of the house and some other information that they have up there to let you know they're doing some stuff, some construction. But there's that. But then I also have for you the Facebook page. There's the link for that, Sister's House. And now I want to talk about this name before we go deeper into the people that work there and the people that live there. Let's talk about this name because, you know, uh, right now there's probably a couple white girls out there, women watching and feeling some kind of way because they feel like I can tell by the way it's spelled, it's not for us, Misty. Okay, you know, but that's not the case.
No, it's not the case at
Talk
all.
about this name. There's always a reason. You just didn't stick your hand in a bowl of names and say, "Oh, here it is." Talk about how you came to the name.
You know, to be very honest, I believe the name was placed on our hearts because this is not a one man band. there are a couple of other people that make this happen, which is my sister, my best friend, and another young lady who decided that she wanted to be a part of our organization. But when we was beginning, it was my sister, my best friend, and my niece. And my sister and I call one another sister. Hey, my sister. Hey,
Uh-huh.
my sister.
Right.
So in a quest of us figuring out what we were going to call our organization, it's like, hey, how about Sisters House of New Beginning? And I always like to do things just a little bit different than the
Yeah.
norm. You know, even when I spell my son's name, his name is Marcus, but it's a Q instead of a C. So,
Okay.
I was like, okay, how about we spell it Sistah apostrophe S,
Right.
Sisters.
Right.
So that's how it began. That's
But
really how it began.
any
But
woman.
any woman, no, it's not just about our African American women. It's about young women that need the help in large.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna say something here. For those of you who have popped in, hi everybody. Y'all had me scared there for a minute. I thought maybe my breath was stinking or something this morning because it was like 6 minutes and nobody had showed up. Don't do that to me again. You know I'm old. So anyway, thank you all for showing up. All my great friends, Brendan Neely, calling, watching from Ohio, Pam Huber in Michigan, Shelley Dale, Janice Hooker Fortman. Good morning. Oh, Janice, you're the one who hooked me up with Crystal. Thank you for that. And all the other, oh, Miss Ariano, on and on. If I didn't mention you, it's because there's too many of you. Nick Harris, Brandy Drake, D Ball, good morning, all of you. You're here, sitting in here today. Thanks for coming in. Wipe your feet on the front porch because there's snow. We're here today with Crystal Crockett, and we're talking about the nonprofit House of Beginnings, the Sisters House of New Beginnings, located on the south side of Chicago, where they're helping women transition. And I love the fact, like I said, a couple of things I'm going to say right here about you already. I'm just getting it out there, and I do it in public so you can't like hide from me later. But I just wanted to let you know, I already can tell that I want to hang with you,
Thank you.
that I want to support what you guys are doing. I can just sense it. I sense that it's a great thing, and we're going to get to a needs list that you guys are some things you guys are trying to get off your bucket list that you need because the house is. Tell us about that. You had some. You last year was a humdinger for y'all
It
as far as
was.
challenges. Tell everybody about what you had to deal with.
Well, first of all, the house was gifted to us, and that's a story in itself. And once we received the home, we realized that the building itself is structured solid, but
Hmm.
there's some things that needed to be done. So it took some money to do that. So we had a few fundraisers to raise the money and get it done. And as soon as we got everything done, we had that harsh winter.
Sure
And then
did.
so when things started to unthaw, so did our pipes.
Oh.
So we had several pipes in the building to burst.
Mm.
But fortunately, the finances wasn't on us; it was on the owners of the building, and it just took time for them to fix the pipes. So they had to go into the walls first to see where all the pipes that were burst were.
Oh.
They had to replace the pipes. Then they had to put the walls back up. Then they had to paint.
So you had women living there at the
No,
time.
we didn't have
Oh,
women
you
living
didn't.
there. No, we didn't.
Oh,
We
thank
we
goodness.
were right at a point where we were ready to start moving in. We even had a potential house manager. We had all things lined up, but then those things happened and everything went on hold.
Okay. Well, there's always a reason for the season, and that's
Absolutely.
timing. Timing.
Absolutely.
So all the bones of the all the stuff that needed to be fixed have been fixed.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so now you guys are still you got some things on the list
Right.
that because as soon as we get to, this roller coaster starts moving again, you
Right.
know, I went, hurry up and start this, 'cause I'm ready. Um right, I'm going crazy. I'm saying, look, I pulled all my hair out. I'm just kidding. Um what you guys are going to start moving women into it because I know you need let's say I know you need a house manager. You're still looking for that,
Yes.
so that's a great thing. Here she is ready to hire somebody. But what else? So talk about all the needs, including the house manager.
We need, well, first of all, the needs for the building are we still have a couple of bedrooms that need to be fully furnished. And what I mean by furnished, we need beds, a dresser,
Like
nightstand,
twin beds.
twin beds,
Okay.
twin beds, nightstand, dresser, lamps, linen for the
So
bath.
So do the linen, because I know we had a summer place which we got rid of, and there were twin beds in some of those bedrooms, and we
Okay.
have a lot of twin bed linen.
Okay.
Does it have to be brand new,
No, it doesn't. Just have to be in good condition.
in good condition? We y'all know what that means. Don't be calling up Crystal and her girls trying to dump off that trash bag with all them pissy sheets from when your nephews spent summer. And well, you know what I mean? Like, well, they yellow, you can barely sit, dye them. I'm just saying, y'all know what I'm talking about. Let's do it. Bring
Gently
stuff,
used. How about
yeah,
that?
gently used. If you wouldn't sleep on it, they won't either. So just,
Right.
treat
Right.
it like it were your own.
We don't
Okay,
want our women to feel like they're getting hand me downs. We
now
want them.
oh no, I'm sorry. I was just thinking because I really want to get rid of these. We have like 15 pillows
Oh,
that we don't use because we get crooked. And I know you old. When you get old, you can't just sleep on any old pillow anymore.
right.
And
Right.
so you can't lay down on the floor in the target and try them out. So we have like 15 pillows that as we work our way to the ones that work.
Hmm.
So we'll give you those. I'm going to start the list off right now. Talking about I got some sheets and pillowcases, and I've got some pillows. And
Okay.
so, what about things for? So that's for the bedrooms. And you have how many bedrooms?
We have a total of 6 bedrooms.
6 bedrooms. That's a lot of stuff you need. And how many beds are in most of the rooms?
Two.
Okay. Oh, so it's not
Two.
like a dormitory thing. It's
No.
really like a home.
Right. Right.
Okay. What about things like towels,
We need
washcloths, and
we need all of that bathroom. We need all things for the bathroom. We
okay?
need towels, face towels, shower curtains,
I got
rugs.
Oh, shower curtains. Okay. All that stuff, tank sets,
Right.
any of that stuff. And
Right.
you know what, y'all? You listen, this is a perfect time to start going through the basement, the attic, those closets and empty rooms, and start putting stuff somewhere. We'll talk about how we're gonna get it. Um, and we'll figure it out so you don't even have to go anywhere. I'll work with you on that,
Okay.
Crystal. For people, now I ain't coming all the way to no Arizona nothing, so don't get it twisted. I'm just saying, if people in the Chicago area and I have this kind of stuff, what about this? I would just assume that when the girls come in, the ladies, that you want to give them some kind of hygiene care pack.
Exactly. We call it a starter's kit.
A
Yep.
starter kit. So
Hmm.
could you use, because I travel a lot speaking when things are normal. I ain't got nothing coming up. Now they have canceled 7 things all the way through August. But when I go in, because usually, they put me up in really nice hotels. So like Oscar de la Renta. Right. I get it all. I just go in and scoop it all. Well, I'm saying it's paid for.
It's paid
All,
for.
yeah, so I have bags and bags of all these little samples. Could you use something like that?
Yes, we could.
Okay, those are yours. So
Okay.
that's it. See how easy it is, everybody? That's what I'm talking about being a part of something greater than yourselves. I am telling you, you may think it's not a big deal, but one day, know this, one day, something greater than you, someone greater than you, whatever you call him or her, is going to be standing with you on something way up high, a peak, a mountaintop, a building. I don't know, but I know you're going to be up there and they're going to show you results of every seed you planted. The poisonous ones, the poisonous plants and thorny ones, and the fruit bearing ones. The juicy, ripe, good things that you've planted. I'm telling you, this is important because I really believe, and we're losing a lot of people, not to be doom and gloom, but it's just a fact. Because none of us is in competition with each other. We're in competition with time because it's going to run out on all of our asses. That's what I'm going to say about that. But I'm telling you, don't underestimate how important your whatever it is you can do. It's a modern day stone soup story we live. If you only have a pea pod, bring it, give it, share it. Crystal and many other great needs around the world will take it and no questions asked. So, I wanna just put that out there. And it was getting on me. Let me get my church fan. It was getting on me right there because I have a feeling you have a lot of things you need, but I know God's gonna provide it. I
I
know God's
believe
going to
it.
provide every one of them. So, okay, so you guys start now and get with me, PM and DM me. However, we're going to find out at the before we get out of here if people want to ship stuff to you, where they can send it. Crystal,
Okay.
okay, we're
Okay.
going to make sure they have that information and I have it. and we're going to work with you. If you don't have the monies to ship something to pay it, we'll figure that out too. So tell us about a typical day, if you could. They wake up. Are there meals there? Who do they do the cooking? Does someone is someone paid? What take us through a typical day?
So a typical day, every day would look different because every young lady's schedule would be different because they all will be at different stages of their life. But
Okay.
everyone has to get up in the morning and be productive. So breakfast will be prepared, sometimes individually, sometimes collectively, just depending on their individual schedules. They will be responsible for cooking, but the house manager will be very hands-on. So it has to be someone that shares our vision and is willing to be a part, not just somewhere to live to watch them like a security, but to be active in the day-to-day activities. So once
Hmm.
they get up and they prepare their breakfast, there will be prayer time because I strongly believe in prayer. I have a very strong faith and
Amen.
a very strong connection with my church community. And so they would, after their prayer time, they would have to begin their day. So each person's day will look different. Some will be in school, some will be going to work, some will be receiving social services. So it just really depends on who the young woman is, what day of the week it is. There will not be a lot of downtime. There will
Hmm.
be one television in the space, and that would be for community television. We will sit down as a family and give them the
Ooh,
structure that they need. They will have their independent time, but not a lot, not a lot. Mainly
they need
to
structure.
they
Hmm.
need structure. They need structure. They'll be responsible for cleaning.
Hmm.
They will be responsible for doing their laundry. There will be check-in times where they will have to check in to let us see that they are meeting their goals that they will set with our assistance. So that's pretty much what their days will look like. There will be a curfew where they will all have to be in the space by a certain time. And so that's their day. It just
So
depends on the individual.
yeah. So are they do they go out to different things? Like you say, if one of them is dealing with alcohol or drug issues, do they
Yes.
go out to, meetings and things like
Yes.
that? And
Yeah.
are there internal things that are facilitated by your people?
We will have people to come in to facilitate various workshops and programs to them, but there will be a lot of outsourcing. Like for drug
Oh,
and alcohol, we are not equipped to do that,
yeah,
but we
yeah.
will connect with the organizations that do it.
So you'll have people like motivational speakers and people come
Yes.
in and talk
Oh,
about,
absolutely.
I volunteer.
Okay. Okay.
And I know a
Absolutely.
lot of people in the Chicagoland and suburbs that would gladly be a part of that too,
Okay.
to come in free of charge and speak
Yes.
and uplift and celebrate these women.
Absolutely.
So, is there an age limit on either side of the spectrum? Can you?
18 to 24.
Oh,
18 to 24 are the demographics for the young women. Now, if they come in at 23 and a half and they need about a year to 2 years support, we'll work with them.
oh, they can
But
stay there that long?
long as they're moving in progression to for the outgain, which is to be self-sufficient.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're looking
Okay.
to really help them holistically because some of our young women really are lost, really need help.
Mm-hmm.
And they've never received structure. They've never received the love that we all deserve.
Right. I just thought about something. Do you have a washer and dryer?
We do not.
You have a refrigerator?
We have two refrigerators.
Okay, so you have those, but you need the washer and dryer.
Yes.
Okay, I'm giving you my hookup with I know where you can get that. With my I speak for Whirlpool.
Oh,
I
okay.
have contract with them. So I'm gonna hook you up with Jeff Knowles' office. Just writing a note. Washer and dryer. Okay. Okay. Crystal. There. Got it. So let's take a moment and put a call to action out there for this house manager that you're looking for. What does she look like? What kind of credentials does she need to have in case she's listening or someone that knows her is listening right now? Because I know this is one of the things that you're very particular about who's going to fill that role.
Right.
And right, and it's so, now's a great chance to put that out there because, a lot of people aren't going back to the jobs they had,
This is true.
before this thing. We've been hearing that. They're like, "Mm-mm, mm-mm, I'm done. I ain't going back to nursing," or whatever it is. So,
Mhm.
there may be somebody, that, could use this opportunity. So describe what that person looks like.
Well, the individual that could be considered for a house manager, for one, she would have to pass a background check. She would have to be drug free.
Okay.
She would have to share in our passion and see our vision and be willing to live there. She would receive a salary that will be discussed with that individual just based on their skills,
Right.
and someone that can cook, someone that wants to be a mom to these young women. So if
Okay.
there's some listeners out there or someone you know that is interested that you think may be a candidate, they can reach us through our website
Mhm.
and send me an email, and we'll be in touch with them for when we can talk further
Yeah,
about the position. So
absolutely.
that's what we're looking for. Someone that
Okay.
really believes in the passion.
Okay. So, you guys, if you're interested or you know someone that could really use this opportunity and do a great job helping transform these lives and being blessed themselves and highly favored, then please reach out to Crystal either through the website or through Facebook, the page. I'll keep going back and forth with the links. And so, Crystal, I understand the bottom number because of being underage and whatnot. But how did you come to the age of 24? It's almost like, you know, people when they can't audition for American Idol anymore. They hit 26. Oh, sorry, you can't come up in here. So how did you guys come to that number and what's the significance of 24?
Well, 24 is usually the cutoff for funding a lot of
Oh,
times, and because they still consider the early 20s youth. I was surprised to find that out, but as we did our research, is a lot of programs help young women, and the cutoff age is 24. Even programs that help young men, the cutoff age is 24.
I did not know that.
Hmm.
So let's stop there for a second and sit down on this bench for a minute. Um, what is that all about, Crystal?
I'm not real sure. I really can't answer that. I'm not sure what that's all about, but that's the cutoff age. And so, as we were looking for grants, we chose the age group so that we would qualify.
Right, so
And we
that you can
chose,
help. I
right,
get it.
we chose
Mhm.
18 and not younger, because anything younger than 18 is a minor. And that comes
Right.
with a whole nother set.
Oh, can of worms.
Yes, yes,
Lord,
yes,
yes, don't I
yes.
know it? I'm popping some comments up on the screen. There's one. You see, I'm leaving that up there. Write it
I
down.
see that.
And it's
I
a
see that.
conformant says, "I
Yes.
volunteer."
That's Dr. Foreman. Hey, good morning, Doc.
Yes, yes. So that's good. She and I just can't volunteer on the same day. Well, because I coach her and we wouldn't get any work done. We'd be messing with each other the whole day. So, but maybe we would, Doc. That would be fun, huh? We do events together. We might as well come and volunteer together.
That would
Plus,
be
if anybody
cool.
tried to like beat me up down there, I'd throw her in front of them. She'd be like,
Uh-uh.
because she taught in the system down
Yes,
there.
I know. She told me. Yeah.
Yeah, from kindergarten all the way through. So
Right.
thank you for that. Shelley Dale says that this is such a beautiful blessing and that structure is key. And we just got all kinds of stuff people are saying. So I'll try to get more comments up as we keep moving. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Something said, oh, okay. Krista know how to use all this little tech stuff. Um, you guys, I'm writing that down. So, Crystal, uh, when do you, let's say, how long after the pandemic is concluded or we're able to move about the cabin of life again, how soon after that the restriction being lifted do you think you guys could feasibly be ready to go?
Well, in all honesty, we wanted to open up this year, but this pandemic has put us kind of in a hold mode
Yeah.
because there's so many things we cannot do right now. So, depending on when the pandemic lifts and we're able to move about, will really dictate when we'll be able to open. We definitely cannot open without a house manager, and we still need more funding.
Um, okay, and when you say funding, are you private sector?
We
Uh,
prefer private sector. We do have a few grants out that I'll just keep anonymous for right now until we
sure.
know of. And we're looking for unrestricted dollars so that it can be applied towards the salary and things that most grants do not cover.
So if a person wants to privately donate, is there like a GoFundMe page or something?
We don't have a GoFundMe page, but you can go to our website and there is a link where you can donate. We also have you can mail it to our PO box, and I can give you that PO box number, and it's in
Okay.
Chicago. It's Chicago, Illinois, PO Box 439375, Chicago, Illinois 60643.
Okay. And I'll get you to drop that if you could when you go back up to the limo to that's gonna take you home,
Okay.
which was a gift from Bathrobe Moments. And I'm kidding. She's at home. Everybody knows that. It's my world. You all are merely visiting. I'm kidding. He needs some help, don't he? Some grandmama sitting somewhere going, Lord, that boy. And it's probably my own. So anyway, listen. What about okay, there's a number I just put on there. That is your direct number.
Yes.
Wow. Wow, you don't see that too often. She Crystal is offering up her direct number, and that's a great place to call for more information or to find out how to donate, or to find out how to volunteer, or perhaps you know a young woman that maybe can benefit from what Sister's House of New Beginnings is offering. So I'm gonna leave that up there for a minute. So, Crystal, how frustrating has it been for you and your team? Because I know how I am with mine. Power Way. I was like, and we were supposed to go to Australia this summer, and now, of course, on that one. And I'm like, doggone it! I wish I'd have known that before I bought all that luggage. But anyway, I'm still planning on using it. I'm not taking it back, like we will do in a heartbeat. Um, how does it feel every time you feel like okay, like you were ready, you were moving in the pipe situation, and you get that done, and you think you're moving. Here comes a pandemic. What and how does it feel when you are going outside of your realm of have to do's to do this thing and you feel like something's getting in your way? What is it you tell yourself that keeps you moving forward? Because that's the key thing. That's a key thing for all of us. So I know it's getting ready to come out. I'm getting ready to put my finger over here by the bell because I know a good one's on the way. No pressure.
No, it's no pressure. Well, to be very honest, I believe that God is going to manifest this when the time is right.
Man,
So that's what keeps me moving is that I believe this was given to us by God. And with that, God does not open doors until he's ready for them to open.
that's right.
So, we had just had a fantastic event, a Women's of Excellence showcase on March 7th.
I saw
That was
that.
right before the world changed.
Hmm.
And we had close to 300, if not 300 people that attended. It was a great
Wow.
event. It was epic. It was a great event. We honored Dr. Joyce Clark, as I was telling you before, who really was a pillar in my sister's life, and my life, and my parent, and my mother's life, and my aunt. And right after that, the world took a turn, and we'll never be the same. So
I won't.
again, God was in the midst of that. We had put in so much time, so much money, so much effort, so many wonderful people helped to make it a grand event. And then the very next week,
Hmm.
things changed and
Hmm.
they put a halt on everything.
On
But
everything.
it allowed us to raise funds. So we were able to continue on to take care of the responsibilities that we still have to take care of to maintain the building.
Right.
We just know that God's in the charge. He's in charge and it will happen, but it will not happen until he says so, until the spirit within says it's time.
All right then.
Had we had the
That's
doors
right.
open now, that'd have been a whole nother set of concerns we would have had because we would have had to quarantine our women.
And you'd only had one house person, and
Ex-
she gonna want to go home at
Exactly.
some point
Exactly.
and be stuck there.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, what you saying?
Right.
I'm here for. Wow, God knew. Yeah, don't he
God
know?
knows, isn't God awesome? God knows.
Yes.
He knows.
Bringing in the cheese. There you go. Yes. Now let's stop off and talk about really quickly the need while we're under this bubble known as the pandemic. Do you ever find yourself questioning or wondering, where are the women right now
Yes.
that would have been we would have been servicing? And where do so let's talk about that demographic. How how are they dealing? I'm sure you know something about what's going on with them during this because we talk about what about those people under the bridge and stuff. What are they? Because nobody's reporting on that.
Right. Right. Well, there's one young lady that I've been following for almost 2 years now, and well, maybe close to three.
Hmm.
And she was a young lady that was homeless, and now she lives in a studio apartment. And I keep up with her, and she's maintaining. She's not working, but fortunately, she was able to draw down unemployment. So I made sure that she had food. She said that she does, and I just send prayers out to them all. I really do. Wherever they are, I'm surrounding them with the light of God, knowing that they will come through it, and they will receive the support that they need, because it's definitely a need. But yes, I do think about them quite often.
Yeah,
Where are the young women, and what's going
yeah.
on to those that do not have a comfortable home to be safe in?
So here's a hypothetical. Um, because it popped in my head, and I have no filter. So, if let's say there was a young married couple that were 20 years old, no kids, just a young married couple falling on hard times, uh, and the wife could come there, are there similar programs that shadow or mimic or mirror what you're doing for African American young men?
That's a good question. And to be very honest with you, I'm not real sure, because there are not a lot of transition homes like ours. There are spaces for our young men, and they tend to be a little bit more space for the young men.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I don't have a partner, if that's the question. I
Okay,
haven't,
that is kind of where I
yeah,
was going.
right. I don't have a partner yet. So
Okay,
we are looking. I have spoken with someone in the past that has a similar idea, but his doors are not open either.
okay. Now, are there other nonprofits or governmental agencies or whatever that Sisters House does interface with, like maybe where you get your clientele from, or they use you as a resource?
Well, we're currently applying to connect with DCFS, because once the young women emancipate out at the age of 18, they will be ideal candidates, because just because you're 18 doesn't mean you got it all in the bag.
Right.
So that's who we have reached out to see if there can be some type of partnership.
Yes, the need is just extraordinary for this with young women, and
It really
and
is.
it really is. I know just because my story is foster care and all of that, and I'm actually working with some people from DC now on. We have a thing called One Voice for Change, where we're gonna be taking some stuff to Congress, and these kids that are aging out of the system that don't have anything, no resources to help them get to the next level. They don't know, who's going to help them with FAFSAs if they want to go to college, or if they don't want to go to college, about other options. They need mentoring. They really, really do. And in many cases, especially with when diversity is in play, uh, it helps when you have people, mentors, volunteers, support systems that look like the end user.
Yes.
That's why I work like I do so hard with the Power of We Symposium, so that our little ones have examples that look and sound like them.
Yes.
It's important.
It
I
is.
needed it and didn't have it. So, what if we were to move ahead in time, Crystal, 5 years into the future, and let's say it looks similar to our old normal? What would closing your eyes? What would Sister's House of New Beginnings and everything you're doing look like by
Wow.
that time? Where would you like to see it be or
Where
grow into?
where I would like to see it grow into is to, one, have multiple sites, because I believe the need is just that huge. But two, I would like to have some true testimonies of young women that have come through our program and are living the end game, which is self-sufficiency and independence. So that's what I would like to see in the next 5 years, to have made a severe impact on at least the number of women that we have beds, and to have have multiple sites throughout the city and even in another state.
Do you ever feel, Crystal, like, wow, in my lifetime, will I even, because some people, they have to see their results. You know what I mean? And that's usually because everybody has a different motive. You see what I'm saying? Do
Mm-hmm.
you ever look at the need that you're trying to affect and sometimes go like, wow, that's overwhelming? Will my little difference make a difference? And what do you say to people that question and never make that move? They never make that call to the sister or the other friend like you did that brought four people together instead of it just being you, or however it came together. Um, and then to deal with all of the obstacles, which look like obstacles, which really aren't obstacles. They're nothing but miracles and blessings that are in the making.
Right,
You see what I'm saying?
right.
So what tell people, and I know you've touched on it, but let's touch on it again because we can never talk about it too much. Uh, talk about that I end thing, that instinct, that inner voice, that first mind, that thing that encourages you when you could be doing 100 other things.
I sure could.
Okay, so I want people to know about that because somebody somewhere is being spoken to about getting up and getting there, but they keep putting it off.
You have to get over the fear of it, because if God gave it to you, he gives you the vision, and he also provides the provision. So you have to
Ooh,
believe that.
ooh, that's a good one.
You have to believe that. And that's what I've had to tell myself. That's what my partners say to themselves as well. We have to know that we have everything that we need to manifest this vision that was given by God. So you can't be fear is part of it, but feel the fear and move anyway.
Mm,
That's what I've been telling myself. I'm very fortunate that I have great mentors. I have a strong spiritual background, very connected to my pastor and the various ministers. I attend Christ Universal Temple, and they've just taught us. Our teachings are to believe and know that what God has for you is for you, and it's for a bigger you. So sometimes you have to step out of your comfort zone. Sometimes you have to move in ways that you've never moved before. Sometimes you have to let go of things that used to serve you but no longer serve you, and just know that you're moving forward and God is right there with you. So
ooh,
that's what I had to learn.
I need a banner that says "You better preach." Uh-huh. That's what I need. I need to be able to click that up on the screen. I'm
Yes.
just gonna ring the bell of purpose and let you guys get behind this with some
Well, if
hearts.
Lauren, can I just give a quick shout out to my
Of
partners?
course.
Because again, this is
Yeah,
not a one-man band. Yes, I'm the face of Sisters House, but there's some other amazing women that are right
absolutely.
there with me. And that's my sister Pat George, my friend Gladys Eskridge, my other business partner, April Harris, and my niece Kiana George. She helped us start. So all of us have a vision, and they all deserve the credit as well. So
Amen. See, that's the beautiful part right there. About being involved in something that is greater than yourself. We realize that, no longer should we fall into those miscommunications that we've been trained to believe, conditioned to
right.
believe. For instance, the ladder of success. They always show that woman with her hair in a bun and pearls and a smart business suit, or the guy with the suit on looking up, but then we get stuck. Why? Because we're always feeling the breath of who's coming beneath us after what we have. And then we're impatient with those that get out of my way up there. A lot of us wonder why we always getting crapped on. Look what you're looking up at. Let's not go there anymore. We're not in competition with each other, Crystal. We're in competition with time. And
Absolutely.
see, when we come together with one mindset, wonderful things can happen. The promise is two or more.
That's
It
it.
doesn't say might something great might happen, should happen, would happen. It promises us that it will happen.
It will.
And I love proof. I love proof. And you guys, what you're doing is nothing short of a true example of what a blessing can really turn into. So again, I'm going to put your stuff up on the screen and encourage all of you out there to be encouraged. Now is a great time. I'm going to tell you something. God watches what we do in the smallest of things because that's the only indication he needs to know what you will do, what I will do, what we will do when he offers us great things. So it's all the same. All the things we think are mountains one day will be revealed to have been molehills. And those things you're going, that ain't nothing, ain't nothing that you thought was a molehill. You're gonna pull off that sheet one day and reveal that it was a mountain. So just do everything from A to Z, take it from the rooter to the tutor. Walk into every opportunity like Crystal and her team are doing, and no matter what it looks like on the outside, you listen to that voice that speaks to you on the inside, and you look at every opportunity from the top to the bottom, from the bottom to the top, side to side, corner to corner, and corner to corner. When you do that, you're going to find what is greater than us walking around in there with you. And now all of a sudden, there's no fear, only love. And you move from that sponsoring thought of love, and you're going to bear fruit of that same love. Crystal, I want to thank you so much for joining
Thank
us
you.
today.
It's been a
Um,
pleasure. It's been a
there's
pleasure.
some yes, there's something very special about what y'all are doing. I had a high chill count today listening to you. So I know that you are anointed, you're highly favored, and that this movement, because it is a movement, Sisters House of New Beginnings, is is chosen to make a big difference in Chicago and a lot of other places. And I know it's going to happen. We're here for you. Let's get together later this morning so I can ship this stuff out to you.
Okay,
Um,
sounds good.
that you can have. And everybody, whatever you have, please give and contact and continue this conversation, this dialogue with Crystal and her team. And let's help them change the lives of as many young women as possible. Crystal, God bless you.
God bless
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're proof that when you see the blessing, you can be the blessing.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you
Bye
so
bye.
much. Bye. Oh, I just love her. I just love her. I'm going to leave that number up on the screen, you guys, and ask you to not just look at it. I want you to use it. And as we get out of here, I want to thank you so much for being a friend with me and a friend with people like Krista who come and for making them feel comfortable. I'm so proud of all of us for believing and fighting the good fight. So listen, I'll see you Monday. Have a great weekend. And remember, like I just said to Crystal, you can't be the blessing until first you see the blessing. God bless you.